Hello everyone, and now welcome to game number 2. And game number 1, if you guys haven't seen it yet, definitely go back and watch it. I don't believe Jupiter, who is spawning as the purple orc player here at the 5 o'clock position, was expecting that particular opening. Now, will 120 perhaps just get into the head of his opponent a little bit more, as we may see a little bit more conservative play come through from Jupiter? The reason why is we saw Jupiter do a very heavy tech rush in game number 1, and that ended up hurting him as he didn't have his Voodoo Lounge and his Blade Master was not able to get those all-important healing salves early in the game. Even though he did have that level advantage, Critical Strike and Windwalk was not enough to deal with the rather just massive army at that stage in the game inside his own base. Now here in game number 2, the question is going to remain, are we going to see a similar strategy, or are we going to see a completely different strategy? At this point, Jupiter, I don't believe he can do anything rather risky, but he does want to play to his strengths. He may cut some corners and not try to tech nearly as fast, but I believe he still wants to get to tier 2 rather quickly, get those raiders, and then just try and ensnare down many of those units. Blade Master now being trained. It looks like a Death Knight is being trained up as well, but as we saw earlier, that could all change rather quickly. Now, we are on full cross spawns here on Turtle Rock as well, and Turtle Rock is one of those maps that generally favors Orc. The same could be said about Secret Valley as well though, but we saw what happened there in game number 1. Spoiler alert. Now, let's see what's going to be happening here. Blade Master now heading out, gonna go ahead and most likely sell that Scroll of Town Portal, pick up a Circlet of Nobility, and attempt to take down that Ogre Magi. Meanwhile, it looks as though, yes, it is gonna be another Tavern Hero. And what is this? The Tavern Hero is this time a Goblin Alchemist. Alright, apparently the Goblins have taken over the Undead Scourge, as the Goblin Alchemist now joins in on the fight. Now, what are some of the big benefits of the Goblin Alchemist? Just doing some very basic theory crafting, the Goblin Alchemist benefits most from armor. Now, you would say, well, why is that the case? Because the Alchemist has relatively low armor, but has high hit points. The more armor he can get later on in the game, the stronger he really becomes. Ring of Protection +2 on the Alchemist does significantly more than, say, a Ring of Protection +2 on a Death Knight in terms of effective hit points. With that said, oh, a beautiful surround on the Grunt. With that said, Frost Armor on a Goblin Alchemist also works the same way. On top of that, the Goblin Alchemist has a ranged attack as well against air. So that means, that means that if his opponent goes Wind Riders or Bat Riders, they will actually get picked out of the sky much more easily. Not sure why we would see that, those particular units, but that is something to think about in this game. Goblin Alchemist now heading down over here to the south. We don't know what his ability is. It could be Chemical or Acid Bomb. It could be Chemical Rage. It could be Healing Spray, as we now see the Blade Master going after this ghoul. All right, Goblin Alchemist quickly sells some items, picks up Boots of Speed, and it looks like, oh, Dust of Appearance onto that Blade Master. Blade Master takes an Acid Bomb, will take some damage over time, and with that negative armor, will end up trying to run away, and that's very scary. If a Goblin Alchemist with the Orb of Corruption is fighting, that does cause a little bit of issues, as the Chemical Rage level 2 Goblin Alchemist trying to get a surround onto this Grunt. All right, it looks like a surround could be happening. No, the Chemical Rage looks like it will be coming to an end, and not a very good surround there at all, as the Blade Master now going to be picking up out this army. All right, too cute for comfort, it looks as though, as the Blade Master now getting surrounded. All right, a little bit of damage being dealt. This poor unit gonna go ahead and get surrounded. There is the Windwalk able to get away. The Blade Master still able to hide in plain sight here as a Grunt now taking a bit of damage. All right, what's going to happen here? Chemical Rage. Blade Master takes down to 54 hit points. Is the Blade Master going to get taken down? Oh, Healing Salve down to 20 hit points, down to 17. All right, they are chasing each other around the map, and it looks as though the Chemical Rage Goblin Alchemist cannot get the blow down. And while the Blade Master, with his own boots of speed, dropped by the Ogre Magi. Extremely lucky there. All right, let's take a look at this. Alchemist attempting to take it down, and the Blade Master has taken a fair bit of damage again. Is it going to get away? No! It is not going to get away. The Blade Master is going to get away. The Alchemist falls at level 2. And wow, that is going to really, really put the Undead behind in this game, as he is now going to be forced to resurrect a level 2 hero. Does take significantly more time than resurrecting a level 1 hero. And that may also delay his Lich. Ziggurat still being trained here. Graveyard now coming online. Blade Master sitting at level 2. Very, very lucky to get those strikes in. That fight could have gone either way. You really have to know which unit is faster. I always thought the Goblin Alchemist with Boots of Speed was faster than a level 1 Blade Master with Windwalk, but it looked like I was mistaken here, as now the ghouls are now trying to come in and get some extra clawing in on that Blade Master. It looks as though the Goblin Alchemist is about 75% done, and the Blade Master will be pretty much at level 3 by the time that hero does make its way back out. There you go, level 3 Blade Master, as the Blade Master now sneaks on by and most likely will be using a Healing Salve and heading back home. Shadowhunter picking up some Healing Salves, Clarity Potion, Potion of Healing, all goodies for that Blade Master. A perfect support hero for a melee high damage basic attack hero such as this Blade Master here. All right, Shadowhunter, I believe he may have chosen Hex first, as that does allow the Blade Master to do significant creeping. Are we going to be seeing that just right now? It looks as though, no, we are not going to be seeing that. Instead, the Forest Troll Warlord taking a good bit of damage here. We should be seeing a healing wave. Not quite sure why we're not yet, as all the units are taking a lot of damage. Blade Master now sitting at level 3 with Devotion Aura will, in fact, be able to absorb a bit more damage, as the Grunts are now pulling back as well. This is looking very, very strong for the Orc player here, as he may be able to get up to level 2 on his Shadowhunter in just a little bit. All right, let's take a look. Ogre Warrior may get taken down. Blade Master now running off to the north, also using that Clarity Potion. Needs a fair bit of extra mana and hit points, as an Ogre Warrior will get taken down there. All right, final Ogre Warrior is left. That Ogre Warrior will fall, as we now see a Great Hall come into position and a Shadowhunter at level 2. Blade Master is currently not revealed, and he does steal a little bit of experience there. The Alchemist would have been level 3, but no, constantly denied here, and that is the problem. Is the Blade Master going to perhaps try and steal it once again? No, unable to. The Goblin Alchemist does get it. The Blade Master able to critical strike his way out. No ensnare onto the Blade Master, as we now see a quick hex onto the Goblin Alchemist. Alchemist without armor now getting ensnared again. Alchemist falling for the second time in as many minutes, and that, I believe, is going to be the game. Too much to try and overcome, as we now move on into game number 3. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed game number 2.